Aloha, good morning, fellow travelers. It's just Jeremiah here. Uh, I had fever dreams last night. It was so weird. I still have that a little bit. I can't even describe it. It was like full on nihilism. If you're familiar with Rick and Morty, Rick is a nihilist, and it's the belief that like nothing truly matters, and it's like almost the elimination of ego and a separation of yourself and everything, and I don't know. I can't even describe it because it was like non. It was like an intangible dream. But basically, nothing existed and nothing mattered, and everything existed, but there weren't people, and it was just I just kept coming to this conclusion that like yeah, nothing matters, and like not even in a depressing way. It was just like I was in these circumstances where like oh yeah, there's nothing. I don't have it. Like there were no physical possessions. I can't even describe it. But it was like a delirious fever dream that lasted most of the night, and now I'm. It's probably about noon. I've been propping myself up through most of the time. So I'll sleep like this. So that cleared out my congestion a lot. My respiration's pretty good. I just don't want to get like the buildup of that mucus in my lungs because that's what the biggest issue is. But yeah, this has to be. I can't go to work. I've been trying to drink a lot of water, but it's hard because I drink a lot and then I have to get up and go get it. And I just don't want to get up. So like, you want to wear like a light. Here I am always giving advice. You want to wear like light clothing, like pajamas. You want to wear like an undershirt and like real light clothing, and then have like alternate between sheets and the blanket. I keep getting the hot flashes and the cold flashes, and I think I might want to stay at Sky. I don't know. I'm so torn. I hate being torn. I think I have to negotiate, and I'm a good negotiator. Whether it's for buying a car or starting a job or whatever, I think I'm just gonna have to say, hey, listen, like, I'm sick. But what I gotta do is to hit up my manager Rick, who is fucking awesome, and just say, hey, listen, this whole issue with the kitchen is just not acceptable, and I would love for the potential to sit down with you and me and the chef and have a talk, but I don't feel like her ego is going to allow it. And also, I have this other position available as a server. Like, you know, there's three things. Can we sit down and talk together? Maybe if she realizes like the what, the how, and the why of what my goals are at Sky. You know, uh, I worked at Sundowners for 5 years. I got over 100 5-star reviews. Never even got a 4.5 star. Seriously. Uh, is that cocky to say? Yeah. Is it true? Yeah. You can go on there and type in Jeremiah 4.5 star. Nothing. Jeremiah 4 star. Nothing. Jeremiah 3.5 star. Nothing. Jeremiah 3, all the way down. And then Jeremiah 5 star, and there's a whole fucking slew of them. I'm very proficient at my job. I'm very good at connecting with people. And I'm the type of person that can literally get the sales up so high that I will make a restaurant tens of thousands of dollars more in profit each year. Like I do the math, I can figure it out. I can like double people's sales and bring it like I can, yeah, and I can bring the rating up, and I can set a good example and set up procedures and I just need someone to back me up. It's great because I'll bring like a manager type attitude to like a mid-level position, and that can intimidate people. But the places where they're intimidated, they're not the places that deserve to have me. I'm a big fan of Dr. Seuss. He was all about philosophy. He said, "Be who you are, and say how you feel, because those that mind that don't matter, and those that matter don't mind." I'm sorry, but I'm not one to compromise. That's something that goes along with my 2E, my twice exceptional. Uh, I'm not budged by social pressures at all. I don't really. It's part of my social awkwardness, but I'm not. I don't give a shit. You know, and that can seem harsh, and it can seem like I don't really care, and I'm fine being separate from people. But at the same time, it's like it's part. It may not seem like it, but it's part of the disability side of the twice exceptional because it's where you have something lower and something higher. You know, so it's like telling a kid who's in a wheelchair to get the fuck up out of that wheelchair. Like he can't. It's like being mad at grandma because she's got cancer and she can't eat. Like, bitch, eat the meatloaf. You know, this is who I am. This is built into my psyche. This is a part of who I was programmed to be as a kid. And you can't really break that programming. Uh, I can try. Last night I was talking to my good friend Dan, and he's awesome, and he was trying to give me advice and all that, but I really struggled, and I got defensive, and it's hard. But then he looked at like information I sent him, and he kind of softened, and it's hard because when you don't have people in your life, like I really don't have. You guys are the people in my life. Uh, when you don't have people in your life, when you do get a chance to talk about how you feel, sometimes you just want to share how you feel. And a tip that I had to give him, not that he needs it, because he did ask me, is that when you're there for a friend who's struggling, if they don't ask you for advice, you have to ask them if they'd like advice. Unsolicited advice can be tough whenever someone's struggling. So if you're there for someone and they just want to like talk and vent and have, a sounding board for it, I recommend you saying, hey, could I offer you some advice? And then, of course, the person's going to have to say, yeah, sure, offer me advice. And then when they say it, it's a lot easier to take in because they had consented, you know. Love you, Dan. I'm not trying to dish you on here. Something I struggle with, honestly, Dan is definitely twice exceptional as well. Extreme ADHD, probably also on the spectrum, super intelligent, creative genius, fucking pretty much the best person I've ever met. And I always say pretty much just because I don't want to make other people feel weird. He is the best person I've ever met. And but what happens is, as a man and as someone who's very intelligent, and as someone who's good at pattern recognition and problem solving, we want to like fix stuff. We're fixers. But sometimes that's not what the person needs. Sometimes you got to just be an ear. I am feeling better. See, even when I got I'm like delirious fever dreams. Look. The headache behind the eyes isn't as bad. That was the congestion. So sitting up was huge. Like sleeping, like sitting up. Uh, if you guys ever need advice for anything, hit me up on my Instagram. Again, I'm not a guru, but from dream interpretations to like homeopathic remedies to like life advice to like dealing with interpersonal relationships, I'm not going to just tell you. Or if you just want to vent and not have me give you advice. I love you guys. I'm serious. I don't always have so much time, but you are my interpersonal relationships. And that might sound fucking sad, but the thing is I'm too busy working to like really make the solid connections that I want. And I try, but I'm just so different. So if you feel the connection and you want to reach out, I would love to talk to you, encourage you, offer advice, be offered advice. But again, let's make sure that we consent and ask, would you like advice? And I'll keep to the same. Yeah, I'm probably going to lay here for a few more hours and then take a Epsom salt bath with the essential oils to get rid of the aches. The aches are bad. I got up and I did my sunrise salutation. I couldn't get anywhere near the floor. I can pretty much put my palms down. I'm almost 40 and I can put my palms down on the ground when I touch my toes because I try to stretch often, but I couldn't even get near my ankles because of the inflammation. Now, again, when you get that bad and your joints hurt and everything, your instinct is going to be to take like acetaminophen or like ibuprofen or aspirin. But the thing is, the fever is you healing. Again, that's you killing the bacteria. Even this thing on my ear where it feels like a rat chewed on my ear, the crazy fever literally healed the whole thing. It's supposed to take 6 months to heal. The whole thing just sloughed off today. And now it's back to normal. Sometimes suffering is the cure. In the words of Alan Watts, suffering, anger, any negative feelings like that, it's like a hook. Now, if you got a hook in your mouth, are you going to pull away? What happens when you pull away? You tear your cheek. You set the hook. You do not want the hook set when it comes to anger and struggles and suffering. You almost have to lean into the hook to get it out. That's what they call shadow work. I'm not saying dark stuff. I'm not telling you to practice the dark occults. Shadow work is just doing inward work through meditation. So, yeah, you want to lean in to the suffering, lean into the anger, and then let it go. Sometimes that even happens for pleasure, you almost want to lean into the pleasure and then let it go too. Because holding on to too much positive as well can be hard. It can be tough. I don't understand that one as well. I'm learning it. So if you have any insight there, let me know. Maybe I'm just talking bullshit, trying to act like I'm super smart. I realize that. We're all creatures of ego. And if you say you're not, you're the worst at the ego. Because you have an ego for thinking you don't have an ego. And you're such a bullshitter. And especially those woo-woos, oh man, they forget spiritual identity is ego. Or the hippie dippies, as I call them, as the one guy calls them. Hey, well, I don't have the energy to go through and edit and everything and load and go looking through music and do that. I just gotta lay. So you might have a few days without any uploads. But once I feel better, I'm gonna jump on it. Maybe my last day of being sick, I can really knock some out. I love you guys. I appreciate you, my fellow Ohana, and yeah, keep up all the good works that you're doing in your life. I know that you're doing amazing things, and I know that you're struggling, but you're persevering, and keep it up. Stay the example for people that I know you are. Even those trolls, you're not a bad person. You're trying. You're just struggling. So keep up the good work in the areas that are good. And when you struggle, just reach out to me and try to make me your chew toy, and maybe you'll feel better. Peace out. There's goosebumps everywhere. My whole body's covered in goosebumps. Oh man. I'm feeling better. Which, better than amazingly horrible, is still pretty bad. But my spirits are high. That's it. Hey there. I don't have much of an appetite, but hot Italian sausage, spaghetti, some organic tomato sauce that I was gifted by my awesome landlord/roommate, and he just gifted me some feta cheese to throw in as well. I'm gonna try eating. Fasting can be one great way, and also to heal, but eating can be another great way. And there's pros and cons to each. And I kind of just want the pleasure of eating because I'm a big foodie, so I'm gonna eat. And while I'm cooking the pasta and it's finishing up, I'm gonna breathe in the steam to clear my sinuses. Yum, I'm stoked. I just said a prayer and included all of you in it. I'm gonna eat, and then I'm gonna lay in bed and rest some more and go to sleep early and get ready for my shift tomorrow. I'm struggling, but this food's gonna help me, or it's not, but I hope it at least helps my mood. Wish you were here. I included you guys all in my prayer. I prayed that you would all receive blessings, and I said a lot in the prayer, but I included all of you, and yeah, I'm feeling super grateful, and you're a part of that, so thank you so much. Take care. You know, as a kid, uh, I lived in a sauce deficiency household. There was never enough dressing or sauce or milk for the cereal, and you had to go light on everything. You know, the cereal's cheaper than the milk, the dressing's cheaper than the salad, or yeah, the salad's cheaper than the dressing, the spaghetti's cheaper than the sauce. And I always told myself that growing up, I would not live in a sauce deficient household, that I would make something for myself and of myself so that I could have as much sauce as I want. So here we go. Here is an extra cup of sauce. And here's to that childhood dream of not living in a sauce deficiency. Bam, bam, bam. Some people's dreams are hardcore. I definitely have some that are, but you can also embrace dreams that are light. And that's me sharing one of my dreams as a kid that I'm fulfilling today. No sauce deficiency. Oh crap. That was good content, but that wasn't on purpose. Loving you. I'm gonna eat. This is making me happy. I'm feeling better, kind of. I'll see you.